audio check, mic check, however you want to call it.
Why
Do we got good audio?
But why is it yellow?
Because the camera is pointing up at the ceiling right now, honey. Want to go ahead and close the door? Alright, let's see if we can get...
Greetings.
Alright. We got audio? Hi.
It said greetings.
Yes, it said... Yeah.
I just want to show them the planes.
No. It doesn't have anything to do with our 3D printing.
No, not the printer. I mean the planes.
From today,
Yeah.
they have nothing to do with the 3D printing, is what I'm saying. So we don't need to bother doing that. Okay, what's the main screen? Yeah, sorry, it's showing up at the ceiling right at the moment. Alright, I'm trying to figure out this whole giveaway part for later. Guess we do what? Look at the camera. I mean, I don't really have the main cam pointed at anything right at the moment, so. That's going to show the work area. Alright, so that's where we're going to be working off of. Are you staying for the live or no? Do you want to get a stool? Okay, go ahead and get a stool. All right. So, no, not a PAI sheet. All right, so on a side note, if you have not checked out the main Facebook page, we were running a fundraiser for the kids to basically fund for a 3D printer for them. You want to grab the filament? Through the donations and through some awesome timing, we actually now have our 3 spools for the frame itself. We're gonna print the entire thing. It's just nice
Nice blue.
blue. It looks a little brighter on the screen, but yeah, it's from E Notepad. I guess.
You know that?
So it was from one of the guys reached out. You know, they were doing an awesome special. So kind of got set up on that. You want to open the bin and get the. So this will be for the frame colors. Yeah, pull out the red. That's the cleaning filament. Yeah, pull out the. Yeah, you may have to pull the drawer out more so you can. And then to fit with the patriotic theme, we've got some Rhino Reel red. And yes, I know it looks a little crazy, but it is still actually in a good spooling. I just got the one loose end right there. I just got to swap it out on my master spool kind of piece. And then got the white for this and the Pet G white for the hot end. And so that'll be for the red will be for like all the framing parts. The XY axis pieces and all that. So yeah, it'll be the red, white, blue printer. I believe just because of the current quality set, we're gonna do the hot end and the frame parts all in, or excuse me, on the Delta. And then because of the length that I need, we're going to print all the other, well, we're probably going to print all the frame parts, if not, well, yeah, it's probably going to be practically all of them just to get it done, but it's going to be on the CoreXY, due to the height that I can get out of it. So anything else might go on the E10 back here when we get it going, as kind of a filler. So it'll be interesting. Just with how many frame parts that I'm gonna need, I might balance between all three printers to kind of get it going. So the smaller parts that can do a one shot, probably on the Delta and on the E10, if the E10 is working by then well enough. And then of course the longer pieces that wouldn't fit in the Delta anyway, to just try to get as much of the single piece rigidity to put that on the CoreXY. So yeah, that's kind of the plan we got going. But yeah, I figure we'd do a little bit of E10 calibration, because I'm kind of intrigued with some of the features slash issues that have been solved in Marlin 2.0. It's like the 1.9 with all the bug fixes that I've been running into. Apparently they've been fixed in 2.0, even though it's still beta form. And just to kind of get used to the new 2.0, I figured might as well use that on the E10, since it's already got other firmware issues that I've got to work through. Plus I want to try to add a BL touch on it at a later point. I got to get the wiring done for it. I've got the cable, I don't have enough JST ends to kind of make it all work. Can you actually get the that tower fan and bring it in? I don't know where Mommy put it, because it's hot in here. Thank you, Bubba. 2.0 is able to do both 8-bit and 32-bit. There's some additional steps you have to do for 32-bit boards, but since all of these are 8-bit boards anyway, then they're saying it shouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah, and we'll just set it right there so it points at us, and then just plug it in. Behind it. Yeah, there we go. No, turn the bottom one, rotate. Top one, rotate a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Better, huh? Alright, let's put this, sorry, I know you just sat down. Let's put this right in front of the dehumidifier. Or the filament cooker.
Filament heater?
Yeah, right down there. So we can, no, not there. Yeah, right in front of it. There we go. And then those two.
tower of filament.
Yeah, big tower of filament. All right, so let's see which. This is Marlin 1. I'm using the wrong one. All right, well let's get that part going first, because once I get the firmware uploaded, then we can at least run some tests, and while we're doing some of the tests, we can get what's it called, the A8 dismantled. And Scott, I might have an updated package for you. I've been merging a lot of this stuff into the 1.87, which seems to be really stable right now, so that your big package can be a standalone 1.87 with all the other stuff you put in there. Right, sketchbook. Let's make sure that I've got. Oh, I bet. Nothing you can do? What do you mean?
I don't get to work like you.
You don't get to work like me.
I don't get to just...
Don't drop those screws, but if you take off that lid and then the other piece underneath, I believe your 3D pen is right under there. If you want to play with it. Alright.
On the bottom or top?
Underneath that, pull that one out too.
Wait, heavy.
Yeah.
That's also not 3D.
Yep. So pick whichever one you want to work with, and then.
Did they go for it? Did you test this one last time?
Yes, we tested that one.
Did it work?
Yes, it worked. Alright. Primary source.
Where can I sit?
Huh? You're gonna sit right there. Right on your you can sit and do it right here. And then in the top drawer on the far right, there's your baggie of your scraper and your print pad.
This?
No, the white clear baggie with your scraper tools. Yeah, figure out which one hasn't been opened. Okay, that bottom one, the one in your right hand, is probably yours. Yeah, the other one is probably your brother's.
Oh, here's a little print I made to make sure it's mine. And a little print.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mine.
So weird
But
sometimes.
it was Mason's. But it was mine.
Right. Okay, nothing on the phone to worry about. All right, so so the layout and let's see. Previous kind of flash. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Look forward to another person joining. All right, so let's go desktop. All right, so the examples, the structure is a little bit different in 2.0. So you're having to go to source, and then they have this config folder. These are the default ones that it opens, and then you have your examples that you throw in there. And so you're only like looking at the actual see, they always do that. So like when you deal with it, so like this, I'm gonna copy it, and then I put it into the default. Yeah, override it. Okay, and then now when we go in here and go in and open, you only have the 2 tabs that you need to worry about, and that's it. Like it doesn't, you don't have to open up any of the other tabs to get it to do stuff. And like it's kind of cool because it's a lot more, I'd say, dummy proof. But what's up?
Do you know
Oh, yeah. Sorry, power.
And
Alright, so take the black cable. Hold on, set that pin down. Okay. Take that and unplug the black piece. Unplug that in.
Here?
Yeah.
This?
The black, yeah, the shredder. Take that out. There you go.
Because you're not using it right now?
Yep, and you can plug that in.
So I wouldn't have to like scratch all the way here and then let it fall down.
Right. And then push that closed. All the way. Alright, and then in the bottom. In the back. See all the little things of filament?
Yeah.
You can pick pretty much anything you want.
This is really bright green.
Yeah, really bright green. So we may adjust here to show the kiddo doing some 3D print stuff too. So now I've got all my filament in that bottom drawer down there until I figure out if I really do want a wall mount thing, because right now I'm not really feeling it, but see, like the other camera. Yeah. For me, I never edited anything outside of these two tabs unless I drew, or unless when I was compiling there was an actual error, and most of the time the error ended up being me anyway. So I've never really needed to go into any of the other tabs to play with anything. So just having the main two to say these are the only two that you really need to change, everything else is like generic enough, I think is kind of what they're going for. But yeah, I mean, you still have access to the other ones. You just have to open it in a little bit different way. What's up?
What about these?
I said any of the bags of filament you can use. So whatever one you want to use, you can pick it.
Well, hard to choose.
I know it's hard to choose. We've got a whole bunch of them. All right, so let me make sure that it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So like I said, I'm still kind of learning the whole yes, baby. Yeah, I know, it's kind of like the same type of. Alright, so it should have said ANET config Bob Kuhn. So if it didn't pull that, then maybe I saved it. Oh, yeah, that's where you're supposed to put it. You put it in the root of Marlin. Sorry. That's okay. We'll just reopen it again. Recopy. Just make sure we got it right. Alright, there we go. Paste. Yeah, overwrite. Okay, minimize that, and then close. This one, sketchbook, Marlin, and open it up. Yes, brother.
Really hard to.
Oh, sorry.
Can't believe you got scissors in here.
Well, this is why I got scissors, so I can open the little sample packs.
So you wouldn't have to like get scissors from the schoolroom.
Yep. All right. Think you got it loading it, or do you need some help?
I think I need some.
Yeah.
Running. Can't even get him.
All right. So when this goes green, all you really got to do is take your. Hey, you know what? Actually, grab that in the bottom drawer. Grab the big, the white spill, little spool holder. But yeah, push that drawer in all the way. It's the hard plastic spool.
That you created?
Yeah.
This?
Yep, that one.
Is that for like little like sample?
Yep,
parts?
it's for sample spools. All right, so we don't have any issues. We will take this.
That's gonna be a red sample time.
Well, no, it's going to be for you, honey. While you're working with the red. Alright, just keep going slow, but just keep like spinning it like that and wrap all that around it. You don't have to get it like super tight, just like you just want to see if you want to prevent those tangles, so just keep.
I'm not really fast.
No, I know. She'll get there.
You leave a little bit out. Now it's like a little sample spool.
Yep.
So we have a lot of it. You use purple last night?
Yeah. So it's gonna push out all the rest of that purple.
You went into its skin. Is it hot?
Yeah. So don't touch the tip. Now remember, this is a push on and then push to stop.
Okay. It's not like the other. That's a lot.
And then this is your speed. 3 is the fastest, 2 is medium, 1 is slow. So depending on how fast you want it to go. Okay, there you go. And now put this little bit right back on. There you go. All right, that way you got your own little spool dispenser. Okay, okay. All right, turn it off for a little bit. There we go. All right, let me get caught up here. Ever try CoreXY Pro?
With this?
Never even heard of the CoreXY Pro either, or CoreXY Pro. Yeah. What is it? Pro Prime. And a Delta. She's at 5 now, but the Maker Farm. Yeah, Maker Farm is actually. We'll turn the camera real quick. Is sitting all the way at the top there, above the E10, to get it off of the floor, but I haven't had time to actually work on it yet. What's up, Shalom? So yeah, and then the Hammer of Justice proudly displayed on the wall in between all the craziness. And then yeah, so that's the kind of the studio area there. Yeah, right above the main tools is where I got the hammer. Alright, now that we reopen 2.0, let's make sure why. Oh, duh, I'm on the Marlin page. Alright, there we go. So that's one of the new quirks. So when you're going into the 2.0 bug fix folder or whatever, 2.0 folder, you'll have Marlin, and now they just got the 2 config files that everybody basically needs to update. Now they're just going to be right there. So you just pop those in, and then all your other files and libraries and all that other stuff is all like contained within. Like the config folder has, which I'm going to have to re-download just to make sure, but it's got a default configuration, and then all your examples are now in there. And lucky enough, CoreXY even has an X5S that's already pre-configured for 2.0. So Shalom. Okay, sorry, I must have been pronouncing it wrong. My bad. Should have just stuck with the channel name, made it easier on me. What, did the auto chat bot get somebody? Oh yeah, it did. View to delete. Yeah, why is it? Okay, so apparently you can't use 4 emoticons. That's dumb. Alright, well here, we'll do that. There. Now you won't have to worry about it. Shalom. Yes.
It's like not sticking.
Okay, remember you got to get it kind of close. You almost got to like touch the paper. Yep, got a blue wrench. Yeah, well, now that you're a moderator, you won't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's a built-in not shalom either, not Jewish. Shalom. Okay. Apparently I'm horrible at pronunciation, so forgive me. We'll come up with something else that I can say easier since I keep messing it up. I do deep apologies for not pronouncing it right.
It did pretty good.
Is it Sholm? Am I saying it right now? Sholm? What? Do I know? Okay, well, what speed do you have it on? Okay, try 3. I mean, what are you trying to do? Trying to draw the neck? This part?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna color it in.
Well, if you put the pen tip like right on the paper itself, it seems to be sticking just fine. You can go just a little bit higher, but oh, I see what you're saying. It's like wrapping up on the top. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
There you go. I'll let you continue.
Because it's my print.
Yep. Your print. Okay. Type of infill setting and layer setting you need for printing this stuff. I've heard anywhere from 0 infill and hike up the perimeters to like 4 or 5 perimeters, which usually, because it's only 3 millimeter thick, is usually the size you want to go, so that usually works. Or you can do 100% infill. I've heard both ways, but I would just start small and kind of work that way with like do just a little, maybe like 10 by 10, kind of get the feel of how it does it, because you're only wanting to go like 3 millimeters thick anyway, and then you'll get pretty nice outcome. I don't know where
The trash.
no where's my lithophane? Do you remember seeing it? I had one out. Now I can't remember where I put it.
You know where the pen holder is?
I think it's in the bottom here.
Is it low on battery?
No, you turned on the light somehow.
Do you think it's cool enough?
We'll blow on it if you don't think it's cool enough. It doesn't take much for it to cool down, but
It has been sitting there. It's a little bit hot, but it's still okay.
okay. Well, I mean, just do the same thing that you were doing with the big 3mm filament. Yeah, it's kind of see-through. All right.
Guess I'm gonna have a see-through.
Yeah, don't put it in there because look, you're wrapping the electrical cable all around it. Don't do that, son. Over there. That way you can keep the electrical film or electric and the filament and all that away from each other. There we go. Yeah, just it's okay here. I'm just saying don't like wrap it all up on itself. All right, getting ready. Well, I guess it's the new Netflix, huh? Can't see. Very true. No, I haven't tried the PETG and the pen. I'm sure that I could probably get away with it doing just the ABS settings because it is a dual pen. I mean, it is able to do both settings on there, so I'm sure the ABS setting would probably be plenty hot for it because that one they actually are kicking up to like 240. Let's see if I can. You have to power cycle it to change, so I'd have to do that, but well, because we're gonna be doing Marlin. Sorry, got distracted here. All right, Marlin 1.87. All right, so we'll change that. I'm doing all of this. This is gonna be the A8 E10. All right, 0 port, baud rate. I know that A8 can handle a little bit higher. This is going to be E10. Hey, welcome, David. Oh, you got one of the kids a 3D pen. Awesome. So David, we're going to be pushing Marlin 2.0 on the E10 while the kiddo here is doing some 3D pen work. And then once we can try to start getting some, hopefully some prints here real quick for testing, then we'll be dismantling the A8 to get all the parts lined up for the kids 3D printed CoreXY A8 conversion printer for them to have their own to do STEM learning. Oh, he loves this pen, both of them. The older one that I had, the
black
3 Doodler. It's a black one that does 3mm filament, and then he's got this new one that does the 1.75. And so far, I mean, this is like the second or third guitar you've made. Second one?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's getting, y'all should see some, I'll show you in a little bit, but he is like designing stuff like crazy here lately. It's just amazing me.
On the Tinkercad?
Yeah, on Tinkercad. He is just popping stuff out left and right. I mean, he's making me look bad because he's doing so much.
I'm doing so much than you do, Daddy.
Yep.
I'm learning more than you.
Yeah, you sure are. Okay, so we're actually going to turn on PID on the bed. That way I can calibrate it for that. Okay. Pugs, yes. Inverting. No, so we want to.
XYZ and E?
Yeah.
That don't make any sense.
What doesn't make any sense?
XYZ and E.
The XYZ directions and E for the extruder.
Oh. I didn't know what E stands for.
Huh. I know. That's all right.
So I just yeah.
All right. So we won't touch anything with the BL Touch for right now, just because it's going to be too much work. Just want to make sure that I can actually print. All right. So we don't need. No. Invert. Yes. So this one. Because I've got the plug different on there. Home direction, yes, 220, 220. All right, so X was X is like -1, but Y. All right, so the bed distance is really interesting on this one because even though the E10 factory bed is larger, I have it set for an ultra base that I got for like $1 when they were doing that giveaway last year. So because the bed was scratched and it was more of a safety issue for me rather than pay for a whole brand new bed just for the E10, I went ahead and just used the $220 bed. So let's see. Yeah, I did a little bit, but I'll show you some of the drawings that he's already doing. I mean, this kid is just like blowing me away with how much and how fast he's learning too.
I'm learning faster.
Yeah.
And
So that's the new Cura. I only used Cura for a very, very short period when I first got the printer. Well, I say short. For the first, like, what, 8 months? And I was, like, barely doing anything. And then I got a test copy of Simplified 3D and loved it from that point, and I haven't used anything since. And then I made sure that I was fully licensed with my own. Remember, you got to go a little bit slower when you're doing it. And so I have my own. I've had it for quite a while now, but I don't know if I really like about some of these different patches that they're doing. Some people are having a lot of issues, some people not so much. Me personally, I'm not really having any issues, but it might be just me. I may not be pushing it to the limits that it would need. You gonna let it cool? Okay. All right. While heating. Okay. Not sure. Well, yeah. So is mine, but now it's mine, so now I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so we will do 260 seems to be good, but I don't use ABS, so I might as well tell it at G. And we'll get that at 75. 235 at least for now. Okay. Honestly, I wanted to check out matter control just so I can kind of familiarize myself with some other ones, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I I mean, I'm gonna have to learn some of the other ones for whenever I try to actually get a palette too, like I wanted. SD card support. I don't even use the SD card, so no point in even doing that. Let's do the slim menus. Yes. First the encoder. First the menu. Oh, yeah, he's drawn his
Finished the
Oh, you
back.
finished the whole back?
I just had to print it on because
Oh, you
I
gotta
don't have
melt
any glue.
Well, that's why you got a 3D pen, is to melt it together.
So I won't have to.
Okay. So now you're gonna draw the other one?
Yeah. And
Cool.
then
And then you gotta change colors? Or are you gonna just do it all in red?
I will want it to change colors.
Okay, well go ahead and grab another bag. You may have to unlock the drawer.
This.
Yeah, twist it. Like a full turn. There you go.
So.
Alright, we don't need the homing. Yeah, we have the speaker.
I wanted to use. Hey, is that red?
No, that's not. It's just another red.
I just wanted this blue.
Okay, this one does not have the zone star, huh? That blue?
I'm gonna make it red, white, and green. Just like the printer.
Okay, well when we're doing the white, we're gonna use the big spool.
What about the sample?
I don't want to use a small sample of white just for that one. I've already got those ready.
You can just take them off.
I know. Put that bag back. Put the bag back.
Save it for.
It's too big.
I can get you another one. Or two. I was gonna say I'll get you another sesame from the school. Definitely need to make 2 of those.
There we go. Alright, so when you're ready to change to the blue, just let me know.
I'm already.
Oh, you're ready for it now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just
So,
do that. Sorry.
it's okay. I didn't say that you were wrong. Try to get that untangled.
What until?
The wire from the base. There we go. Okay. Alright,
It's
so
hot. It's hot at the tip.
so it went to sleep, so we gotta wait for it to warm back up.
And then back it out.
Yep, and then we're gonna back it out. Sorry, let me get caught up in chat. I know I should, but the ones I use constitute much. Never tried matter control, tried a few others. They're so loud. Yes, I do. Well, I don't have any fans moving in there because I only just put it in as of a few days ago. But I do have I got the filament dryer right on the floor, and then I've got like a ton of what you call it, desiccant packs. So when the blue starts coming out, you're ready to go. There you go. All right. Back to this real quick. There's a graphics LCD, and we need the there we go. A8 full graphics. Huh?
Ow.
Well, don't touch it if it's hot, honey. Okay, now you can go. Because I only have the one, so it'll be looking weird on that coil, but it'll work. All right, so that does that bit. That should be it, at least for now. So we'll verify. Ah, forgot to change the board. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if it'll actually take OptiBoot.
So when I move it too fast, it comes like that. It gets twisted.
Okay, then change the speed. There you go. Now it won't be so fast. Try that. But also don't hold it so far at an angle. Try to do a little bit more up and
Like that.
yeah, kind of more like a printer. Yeah, and you may have to hold like just you may have to even like put your hand like that so you can draw a little bit higher. But just find out what technique works for you. All right. I want to see what that Prusa style, but I have the wrong style screen, but maybe we'll check that out at a later point.
And it still doesn't.
You got to get it closer to the paper, honey. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You got to be like right up, like touch the paper and then push it out. Yeah, you're going so slow. Go the other direction, son. There you go. So, all right, hold on. This may not be like the best. Here, let me see if I can help you draw that. There you go. So you may have to blow on it while you're printing when you get on some of those that you're going to go right over top of it because this whole area gets hot. All right. Zoom in on him. Okay. Turn a little more. There we go. All right. Let's check it out. All right. Yep. It's the guitar from the 3D pen kit that we got. David, if you're still there. If not, sorry to see you go before I could answer the question. All right. This is the only thing there we go. Man, that takes a while to compile. All right, so now we're only using 66% of the memory. So let's get our trusty handy dandy USB cable and flash this. Got these cabinets so well built for Octoprint that it makes it a little interesting to try to get the other cables put in play. adjust the location of this pie. The network cable is getting in the way now. Put this up. Upload this configuration once we figure out what port number it's on. Alright, COM9. There it goes. What?
Keep trying to keep popping off.
Okay, well maybe we just need to pick a different blue for him, baby. Maybe that blue's got some issues going with it. You want me to try to help? Okay. Alright, let's click upload. You guys have probably way overtouched this plastic. We'll clean it with some alcohol.
Does alcohol make prints stick?
It gets off the finger oils that make it too slick.
That won't stick? That's why they call
there
it
we go.
Slick? So alcohol works way better?
Well, it rubs off all of the finger oils.
So it won't be slick?
Correct.
So it won't look like it doesn't stick?
Yeah. Are you trying to rhyme on purpose?
Yes. Because slick and stick don't. They do rhyme.
Okay. So yeah, just try not to touch all the blue. Okay, try to touch the outer edges. And try not to touch the blue where you're going to be using the pen. Okay? That way it doesn't get the finger oils on it, and then yeah, you're not printing over here, so it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, like, for this guitar, don't get your fingers on it. Alright, come on. Still compiling the sketch. Yeah, they like the patterns a lot. They've tried to do, well, they've built their own, like, well, they've pretty much done everything in it except for the SpongeBob. And then they started going off on a whole different piece.
Mama, Andera,
Yes.
for Thanksgiving I was gonna make a turkey,
Yeah.
but I ran out of time, so maybe
It
next
happens.
turkey day.
Alright. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're printing on top of either the glass or on this little blue sheet, so yeah, I mean, I guess you can pretty much put anything underneath it.
As long as it has alcohol.
Well, no, it's not as long as it has alcohol. You just gotta clean it. Alright, why is that taking so long to compile? Jeez. There we go. Alright, now it's writing it. I'm gonna do the reboot. Final. Rebooting, bug fix 2.0. Yeah, the animation looks a little bit different. What are you doing?
Come on, keep it down.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful because that'll start to lift it off of that sheet. Okay. Alright, well that compiled fairly easy. Yeah, it's a lot slower to compile, but I mean, I guess if that's the only thing we really gotta worry about. Let's see if the E10. Alright, so let's see if I can get the alright, see if that'll focus. Oh, come on. Yeah, I mean, it only took up 66% of the memory. Now, granted, you know, I didn't have a whole lot turned on at the moment. Alright, yeah, I gotta finish the camera mount holder on that. I didn't quite get that far with everything else that I was doing. Alright, I guess I can just turn that right now. Hold on, let me get all the cables moved over. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to move this Raspberry Pi because it's making it practically impossible to get to the board cabling here. That's just no good. Shouldn't have to struggle.
You don't need to struggle.
Wish that was the case, Bubba, but where I put it, yeah, I'm having to struggle to get it plugged in.
You don't have to struggle every day. You
No, not
could
every
struggle every day, but you don't have to.
Alright, So no, it's not the greatest, but at least right now that'll be the print camera until I get the holder done. But we can at least use that for our start point. Okay. Okay. Looking good, Bubba. Your eye hurts a lot. I'm sorry. Let me get Tinkercad up. Hold on.
Tinkercad.
Yeah, Tinkercad.
Are you trying to show off all the pins I've
Oh.
done?
Well, some of the stuff that you designed, yeah. And not too many people on tonight. When you figure, I mean, I put the word giveaway, but you know, I guess
They didn't want
they
to.
don't really want to do it. No, haven't got snow yet.
We were about to.
It was supposed to be today, but I didn't see any. Wow, 3 to 4 inches? That's crazy.
3 to 4 inches of what?
Yeah, over, snow over it by Scott.
Is Scott give me the kit?
Of course, I have the direction of the Y, but I guess I redid the physical connector so that I wouldn't have to do that anymore. Oh man! All right, I guess we got to redo the firmware. Hold on. Just make the one edit and then we'll resend it real quick. Home direction, yeah, -1, invert the Y direction. Okay. Well, while I'm connected, I guess let's do a preheat of the hot end and then make sure that I've got the E direction correct. Oh, I love firmware. I keep forgetting that, you know, what I made changes and what, and then I forget where I've done it. And now trying to do 2.0, I mean, all right, well, welcome Craig.
There's not a lot of watchers.
Not too many watchers, but that's okay. You're still having fun with the pen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it still works.
Now that it works, yeah.
The last time it didn't work that well. I done it.
Yeah, printer got reset. I know. Now we can preheat.
Now it's all done now. Now it's all done.
Awesome. So now what are you gonna do?
Now I'm gonna print the top blue and use a little bit of white for the sides and the
Do you need to go? All right, taking a break for just a minute. Well, he is. Oh, you like the Chitu is a lot better? Or just you're getting used to it and it just seems a little bit easier to do everything by G code or on-screen code? Dog wants to come say hi. Yeah, hi, bud. Hi, baby. What? What? I know. Just love poking your head around. Alright, so that is now at least the right temperature, so let's try to... Okay, so E is going to need to be inverted. Alright, invert E to true. It's not direct, but you know. Alright, just make sure if I hit. Yep, I hit. That's crazy. Alright. Yeah, hey, you know, beta testing all the time. So if you ever feel like it, Scott, you need some additional help beta testing some Chitu, I don't mind beta testing for some Chitu. Yeah, I know, the dog wants to try the pen every now and then. She gets really, really attached to me and always wants to, like, yeah, last week, she literally hopped up in my lap and, like, laid down and did not want to get down. It was hilarious. Well, she weighs a lot, but, you know, still, it was a bit funny.
They'll have to go to 200?
When it shows the green light, then you're good to go. All right, let's redo the USB real quick. Reflash it.
Okay, 200 is the heat temperature. The heat up. No worries, nobody's in here. Just the dog wants out.
Alright. I wasn't really worried.
Just letting you know.
Okay, thank you, Bubba.
set is still fine.
What?
The heat is fine.
All right, there we go. All right, upload those changes. Yeah, but I'm also thinking of doing the Marlin 2.0 on the kids' new printer build, which I've already got the board set up. I mean, we're, like I said before, we're kind of hijacking, decommissioning the A8, which we'll tear down here in a little bit once this gets trying for a good test. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that and blow on it when you're doing it, like when you're done, because once you blow and it cools down, it's gonna get rock hard. But yeah, we're gonna hijack basically 90%, well actually all the parts except for the frame off of that A8, and then, oh nice, for the new printer. Yeah, well that's actually what we're gonna hijack parts for, is to build the kids their own hypercube essentially from the A8. Print the whole frame so they get like used to how to do all that stuff and see how good it'll actually be. Then later, if we need to, we can always go to an actual aluminum extrusion frame. But all right, it's almost done recompiling. Yeah, I wanted to do a printed frame, not just so I can learn it. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool since you get a custom color, but I watched Country 3D and he did his entire hypercube. He did printed, and he did a AM8 basically that was fully 3D printed as well, and he still gets awesome quality. So figure what better way to really get the kids to learn how to do it other than the true electronic parts. Everything else they can help print and assemble and do all of that. Alright, so firmware recompiled and uploaded. Let's get this connected back up. The little cable that I did for Octoprint, easier to get in there. Okay. Alright, that's back in. Connect to the printer. Yeah, I know. Marlin EEPROM mismatch. Alright, 502. 500. Alright, there we go. Now let's home this bad boy.
Home this bad boy. I thought you mean good boy.
There we go, that worked.
Is that just a phrase for saying bad boy?
Yeah, it's just something kind of to say.
Phrase.
Alright. Load the bed calibration. We'll preheat. Check the temperatures.
Before we put
this is the E10, the main one that we're working on right now.
Before I put
those two together?
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay.
So it won't be like you got messed up or something.
Alright, now remember, these cut flat. So if you want to take it like this and get it all the way flat, you can cut it like that, and then it'll be flat from where you're cutting it. So if you want to, here, hold on. You want to set it down so that you can not have weird angles, and then also watch your eyes when you're clipping this, because these filament pieces will shoot off.
Really fast?
Sometimes. Alright, we're actually almost up to temps. We'll do a... Make sure I'm not missing any other major messages here.
P-L-A-T-O. So it's P-L-A-T-O?
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh?
Not like Play-Doh. Play-Doh.
Play-Doh?
Yeah.
I thought it said P-L-A.
Well, yeah,
Pliers.
I mean, you know what.
PLA
Well, they're not just PLA pliers.
They can cut.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's one that Hey, wait a second now. Wasn't I just talking to you like the other day? Yep. Well, welcome, Craig. It's kind of didn't put two and two together. That, yeah. So yeah, as I was telling you before, that's Scott. Weirdly enough, that's who I was just talking to the other day, trying to help get that configuration looked at for the X3. So yeah, if I could show you what I did on some of my other ones to get a lot more dynamic on the filament change. I kind of wrote a separate little script piece that I'm going to try to upload to the Marlin repository and see if they can maybe redesign it a little bit better, but have it like, I don't know, maybe some of those functions integrated, because I'd rather it be like where you can still tweak it, but a little more dummied down so that it's not so hard for everybody. Like you could just click a few buttons or hit a yes or no, and then some of the stuff will all be good. Ooh, moon lamp. Yeah, I want to do one of those. Yeah, it sleeps if you leave it sit for a little bit. So just
For
wait
like
till it.
a minute.
I guess I don't know how long. Whatever. When you set it for a little bit, then it'll go to sleep like that and cool down.
Auto sleep.
Yeah, so it'll keep it cool.
So it's 9, 88, 83, 84. Can't keep up.
Yeah, I may be going a little bit faster.
200.
I'm not sure I quite understand how to configure true Nightbot, but
I think I'm ready for the white.
you're ready for the white?
Yeah. Because red, white, and blue.
Okay, so you're done with the blue?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll tell it to go ahead and eject.
And don't forget.
And go ahead and grab the white.
The filament white?
Yep.
Which white?
Behind you.
This one?
Yeah.
The white version of the printer?
Yes, the same white that we're using for the printer.
Oh, I thought
We got another whole spool, honey. Stop worrying about it.
Is it the same white?
Yes. Alright, hold on. Let's clean up all the little scrap pieces first.
What? Put it together.
Yeah, but you didn't fuse it together, so it's not gonna like stay permanently until you melt plastic and put it together hard.
What is fusing?
You gotta melt plastic to get it to stick together harder. If you don't, then it's just kind of sitting there. Let's get all these scrap pieces.
A lot of scrap.
That's you.
Scrappy scrap.
Scrubby scrap.
Scrappy scrap.
Not a Scooby snack.
Scooby snack. I'm not coming down. Scooby snack. Scooby snack. Scooby. Obi. I think you need to push it in there more.
It's loading.
It just got to go all the way through. Oh. So got to go all. So I needed to look all the way away.
There. That's primed enough. There you go. Now you can do white and hook it all together. Alright. Bam. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Ceiling. New. Alright. That should be preheated enough. Yep. Alright, it's on the yellow. Let's do a quick level test. Make sure we're good. That point looks good. Ooh. Why are you trying to go that far?
I don't know.
Front right.
So why is it blinking on the bottom of the bed? Did it got damaged?
What?
There's a real little red light.
Yeah, it's saying that the bed is hot, honey. It's sending the electrical signal to keep it hot.
Oh, I found it.
No, it's nothing to do with damage. I don't know why you think the worst every single time.
Because I'm a worst. Talk about the worst things.
I don't know why you do that.
God, hello.
Okay.
Just saying.
Just saying what?
Dad.
Alright, so why is the bed dimensions off? I'm trying to go to 200, not outside of that, so... Okay, that's weird. Alright, that was really weird. We'll have to figure that one out later, but... well, we just uploaded Marlin 2.0. And for some reason, on top of that, my normal G-code is not wanting to move where I tell it to do my bed leveling points. But that's okay. We'll do this first part. Yeah, that's not in line.
Pet G? I call it pet. Pet. No.
bigger than that. Alright, well that's not gonna work. I said cancel.
It's gonna take a minute.
Okay, I must have missed something here in the configuration, which doesn't make sense if I'm taking the defaults.
What is going on, Dada?
Alright, so we'll come back over here. No, it's not that it's homing wrong, it just... It homes in the right, left and right, and Z is, I mean, all of them are working, the E's working, but it's thinking the bed is
Way bigger.
like not aligned right for some reason. Like even my move to this point to do my bed level and then move to this point, it's staying like almost in relative mode where it's just adding on. It's not just going to those static components, which that's weird because it didn't do that before. And I don't think I missed anything in the configuration, but maybe I did. I don't know. The only base offset that I have is from the E10, 270 frame. I'm actually using an A8 styled 220 by 220 ultra base, just because it was that $1 giveaway. So I've already got the Y offset for that, but it's still going outside even on the X, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Drivers are there and stops there. Maybe that's it. What's the standard? No, I have never used the display. Plus it's buried in the back right at the moment. Go to my old. Nope, not there.
Petty.
What?
No, Petty.
No, it's not Pet G. What are you talking about?
The big song. Petty.
No, Pet G doesn't look any different.
Then Filament.
Yeah, it looks the same. It's just the higher temperatures.
Do you have Petty?
Yes, I have some Pet G. I have clear, black, and white. Alright, let me see. Something here. Yeah, that's part of that custom code that I was talking about, Craig. We can go over a little bit later. Alright, and stops, true.
For like 8:29.
Yeah, I know.
Past my bedtime.
Yeah, I know.
But,
Huh, so it is. We are still at 100. Okay. Well, then, where is portable sketchbook Marlin 1.8 Marlin sample and A8. Okay, so it's not the step count is not what's causing the issue. Come on, go over to the Marlins. There we go. All right. Well, I mean, all of the steps are all the same on all of these firmwares that I just looked at. So it doesn't look like it's the step count. But I mean, it sounds fine moving left to right. It's just literally like I'll show it again in a minute, but like when I did the home and then I did my bed level points, it completely just did not go where it was supposed to. Yeah, it's a A-net E10. Fix mount probe, no. Probe manual.
There's a lot of subscribers that
But I don't have any of the probes turned on anyway, so that shouldn't even do anything. Yeah, this is actually the A8 Marlin 2.0 file, and then I just changed a few little things to make it E10. Because see, even max position is the X bed size, and max bed size is set at 220, just like the regular A-net. So that's what I don't understand. I mean, my Y is homed at, I mean, that's right. And I've only got like just off of the bed edge. Oh, you're doing your strings.
yeah, I was gonna do my strings on the other one, but I forgot.
Oh, well, that's cool though.
So I'm gonna do 3 strings then 4.
Alright. Minimum software end stops. Define them. Yeah, he did his guitar. Nice.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, something, it looks like I'm missing something there. Alright, so that's what, line 950-ish. Alright, so 9. Okay, so I need bed skew. Alright, so a little bit higher up. Alright, and software end stop. I mean, this is the default A-net. All of these are the same, so I don't understand. Alright, well, here. Alright, let me rehome. Alright, terminal. G0 X 10 Y10 do Z1. Just make sure I don't hit the bed. Okay. I mean, that looks fine. Sorry, the camera is going to be a little. Move that out of the way.
Sorry.
Huh?
I had to bring the other one.
I had to bring the other one what?
The other guitar. The first guitar, I mean.
Guitar, not Qatar.
Guitar.
Yeah. Alright.
This is black, gray, and blue.
Let me get my calipers out.
This is
Hold on.
white.
Alright. Yeah, steps are all wrong. You're right. W2. Alright, hold on. So let's get... Oh, man. You know, I hate it when I say that I know something and then I prove that I don't. Okay, my file. We will plug these in here. Alright, so... Current use.
And then, wow, that one, I changed it into red, now it's gray. That one was gray, and then we red. I used some more tape.
Alright. Let's do G0 X 0 Y 0. Okay, so I've got my measurements off a little bit anyway from start position. Yes. Okay. Alright. So. Shh. -54 plus 12. So I need to do 42 in the config for finding 0. All right. -42. That has gone in. 3 millimeters. So G28. What does this say? Alright, so it's at X -1.
Negative?
Shh. Alright, so I want G0 Y0 Z1. So X default home position is +2. Okay. I thought I wrote it down all right, but apparently not. Yes.
So X. So it's like X, Y, and Z.
Yes. All right. Calibrate. Yeah. Yeah. I know, right? This section we're gonna have to do. Craig, if you sent something in, I'm not seeing it. Probably a different amount of teeth on the pulley. Well, when I had all of this set up not that long ago on 1.1.9, I didn't have that. And actually, let me see if I still have it in my file of what I last used before I start going all crazy on this thing. Install firmware configs. Night, Bubba. Did you show Mama your cool new guitar? Hey, don't forget your stool.
You want to keep those in here?
Alright, let's see what I put in the old config. Maybe it'll shed light to where my brain fart is happening now. Yeah, bed switching, okay, lengthy extrude, got it, okay. Yeah, those are all the same. 80, 80, 400, and 98.49 is what I had last that I uploaded it. Right? Yeah, this is the 1.19, the last thing that I uploaded. All right, 80, 80, 400, 80. Let's just copy that. And where's the step count? Oh, there we go. Define X probe. I would set the X probe offsets, but I've already got it defined as I'm not even using a probe, so that part is not. Oops, hold on, let me get the zoom back. Yeah, so the zoom factor on, or the probe location piece. That really wouldn't be. Yeah, and mainly be just, it is zeros just because I'm not doing a probe right now. Golly, man, my brain is just not up today. Okay, so this is what I had set before. What did I do for? There we go. Yeah, see, I had 0 and -54 before, so I'm gonna put it back to that. But maybe it's the E steps that are causing all this craziness. No, I need more drink. All right, fix my other probes. I don't have any of that turned on yet, so we will do. But it is a +2 on here now. Well, no. We'll hit 0 for now, get that uploaded, and then we'll try this again. There we go. Well, that went a lot faster than last time. Upload. All right, well, yeah, I went with the last set that I did, which was the 80, so we'll try that as a good starting point instead of 100, since that's where I had it last working. Okay. We're gonna try a new thing here. Let me get that back over here. All right, so Oh, sorry. I'm got my mind all jumbled. I was trying to set up for while I'm like multitasking and probably screwing things up. We were going to do a print tool, or the print removal tool giveaway, but I've never used Nightbot to do it, and I'm trying to see if I can get this thing set up right. But it looks like it's saying that with the eligible people that I'm doing it, only 3 of the 8 watchers would even be able to be eligible at this point anyway. So I don't know if I've got this right. But we will. I might need something stronger in my drink, but you know, now that the kids are off to bed, possibly. All right, let's see. Where is? All right, we will do. What's that? 12 minutes. Okay, we will open it up. You know what? We'll just do everyone because I can't figure out how to do this stuff. Too many mods. Yeah. All right. So get this thing going. Yeah, I know I put printer parts as the thing, but oh, here. We'll fix that. Hold on. Hold on. Reset. We won't do printer parts. We will do print removal tool. There we go. All right. 12 minutes. Go ahead and you can put in the prize thing to join. I'm using Streamlabs. It's basically like an OBS, but a little bit lighter form. But it's more geared for like Twitch gamers. So doesn't have a whole lot of like crazy stuff on here. But yeah, if you'd like to enter to win the little print tools, I mean, it's just the basic set. It's not anything like super special. It's basically like a set of these, new in package. So they're not like the greatest, you know, but hey. I guess if anybody else wants to throw it out there, I mean, I know I got 7. Well, it says I got 7 watchers on one side and 4 on the other. I don't know. We will see. I don't know how this Nightbot thing truly works. So I probably didn't set it up right to begin with. Hello. Better give me more ice cream. That's not fair. You're eating it all. Well, at least let me get one bite. All right. Then I won't be mad at you. Hello. Woo. Cold on the teeth. All right, now uploaded. All right, 502, 500. actually put those. Okay, 80, there we go. Control. Alright, terminal. G0, X0, Y0, Z. Oh yeah, that's like directly on the corner of the bed now. Okay, so G0, X10. Where's my ruler? There it is. All right. Well, now I feel like a complete and utter butthead because I didn't check my E-steps before I did everything. Because that is spot on already, just with that little that little bit of update check. All right, so let's preheat so we can get the bed level checked. All right, yeah. Yeah, so we'll let the little countdown go for the next, what? It's got just under 7 minutes left. Yes, China is the wife. Yeah. My wife likes to stop in every now and then. I'm really glad that she supports me in this. I know at the very, very, very beginning it was, well, I guess if I have to. And then we went into the cycle of, hey, that's actually kind of cool. And then back to the, no, I don't really like it. It makes too much noise. And then back to really cool. And then it started, they started breeding and making more printers. So then it came back to the, hey, not so much. And I think now we're back to the, if I get more of these deltas here, well, I can't ever get this like mirror piece. But yeah, if I ever get any more of these deltas, I think she's definitely on board because the quality is definitely there on the delta. A lot easier than, I mean, that's just, a lot of it's all cosmetic upgrades that I've done. Really not a lot of other things. Honey, I wasn't trying to make you look like a psycho. If I did, I'm sorry. Yeah, not marking you or making you, either way. Alright, let's see if it's heated up. But yeah, I think, like I said, I'm glad that she supports me in all this, and I think we've gotten to the point where she sees that I'm having fun, it looks cool, it does pretty neat stuff, so it's pretty pretty decent balance right now. Pretty awesome. I think honestly most wives think us husbands are kind of losing our minds with doing these printer stuff. Yeah. Very true. She does support me in doing whatever, and you know, same back to her. I support her in whatever adventure she wants to try to go out and do. I mean, I figure as long as she's doing it and has fun and likes doing it, then keep doing it. And if you find out you don't like it, then stop and do something else. I really loved it when she was doing a lot of the more of the photography stuff, because I mean, it was just outstanding work, but the market wasn't really kind to her, and so in the area that we used to live in, so I understand completely why she wanted to back off from it, because it wouldn't make you happy anymore, and I totally get it. I'm trying to convince her to do more with the channel to still use those skills. Hopefully she finds it entertaining enough to stick with it, but yeah. Well, she has some ideas that, you know, she's even thinking, not necessarily she wants to do all of the printing, but at least utilize the printers for some of the other little projects she wants to do, and I think that's awesome. So maybe she can start doing that business venture, which I think would be pretty awesome. Yeah, definitely got to have a hobby. All right, I think that's not going to be great for bed heat, but at least right now we can do bed level and double check it. Clean. All right. Mouse back over. All right, let's print. I know, I need to stop messing with the Tronxy. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need to do a PID tune on the bed. Struggling to get up to temperature right now. Of course, that's from the default settings, you know. No, giveaway. Probably should do that. All right. So, where is the announcement? I probably missed it here. on my own thing. Alright, so there we go. Time has expired. Yep, there we go. So ready to pick the winner. There we go. Now it's going to start printing. And Craig, you have won. Congratulations. Look at that. New join to the channel and you win. That's pretty awesome. Okay, we're just a little too low here. Good. There. Alright, well, so far it's not doing too awful bad. Alright, yeah, Craig, just send an email. Send me an email with your address, and we will get this in the mail as quick as possible. Which it's a Saturday. It'll probably be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those 3 days. Because I know Friday we go out of town or out of state. Friday, Saturday-ish to go visit family for the holidays. But we will make sure that it goes out in the mail before then. So yeah, shoot me that info. We'll get it going. Do. Oh, okay. My weekly fix of what? Doing craziness and then blaming it on the printer? Yeah. Alright, so apparently this Ultra Base is not as flat as Anycubic like guaranteed me that was my issue, was that I just didn't know how to level properly, and I told him no, it's bowed, that it's not a flat piece of glass. It's got just enough of a dip in it that it's causing some issues. But we were already talking about putting a BL touch on that anyway. So, I mean, I've got one, well, not BL touch, a 3D touch. Close enough. It's a clone, cheaper. Yeah. But I've got one, and I need to order another one, but at least I've got the one. I just got to do the cabling for this to get it going. But it's not horrible. I mean, it's for the most part sticking, but yeah, there was a couple parts that it pulled up already, so I can see it's a little janky. Alright, cool, Craig. Like I said, we'll get it boxed up, bagged up, whatever, and get it out here like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever the post office is open. And either I will get out and do that, or more than likely I'll probably send the missus to help me out with that, since it'd be right during when I work. But then again, I might have to drop her off, so I might take care of it too. We'll see. All right, but anyway, so bam bam, we got one printer kind of working. Let's get signed in here, because I kind of wanted to show you like what Evan, the one that was doing all this stuff, like where he's already been working Tinkercad magic here. All right, where's my... All right, send me the code. There we go. Come on. I don't know why my internet's going so slow tonight. Alright. So yeah. Tinker this. I don't know why some of the previews don't show up right. So yeah, he did this. He did his Dodge truck and a bus. He did the entire thing here. He says he still wants to do a bit more on the bus itself. Let's see if we go back. Come on, why are you taking so long? Not quite yet. So that was that one. I don't know why. Yeah, this is the one that like just truly amazes me too. He started working on a little H3, but yeah, he did this. Okay, come on, finish loading all the pieces. So yeah, he built this house. And then he started working on the tractor where he imported the wheels, and he was trying to design the whole body for it. He did this whole fencing. Like even, I think he did even a toilet in the outhouse back here. I don't know for sure. He is 7. And then he did this. This is the original house with like a drive-in garage that he did. I mean, same basic thing. And then he copied and rebuilt it again, and then put a tractor on it. He's trying to come up with something for his own logo. It's pretty cool. He's doing Evan's 3D design, I think is what he was calling it. I don't remember what this one was. I think this was a... Oh, that's right, because he deleted everything. That's why that one doesn't work. And then my other son, he's been starting to do it too. So he built this truck all by himself. Well, with a little guidance from his brother. He's 6. Yeah. So he did this one. Tagged his name on the back. Got the brake lights and all. I mean, yeah. He designed that one. And I'm not sure what he's doing with this. Oh, that's right. This was Evan. He was making a USB drive. I don't know why, but, you know. Oh, hey, Craig. Thank you for the subscription. Wonder, did I miss it on the screen? I don't know if I got the alerts set up right. I'm not sure what he's doing with this one over here. But, oh, there it goes. Yeah, I saw the email thing pop up before, before that piece did. And then even my wife is starting to get into this. I mean, look, she already made a whole makeup tray organizer and a bottom, like, tray for it to actually sit on, too. Like, I'm getting a little, like, upset that, like, they're doing so much ahead of me. But it's okay. The fact that they're actually just doing it, I mean, I think that in itself is pretty awesome. Yeah, see, that bed level is pretty crappy. Let's see. I'm going to log out and log into mine that I publish stuff with every now and then. Show y'all what I've been working on. It's not much. I didn't get any further than last week of building those 3 panels for the Delta. Work has been like absolutely a nightmare. Yeah, there it goes. It just ripped it off the bed. I'll just cancel that. No point in getting that going crazy. Alright. So, yeah, so this was the CoreXY piece that I was making there, Scott. So I was actually able to extend the holes out from right here where they're at now. They used to be like all the way in here. All right, babe. So I was able to, I know it's a small hack job, but this was like the first design that I did, and it fit on the first try, so I was pretty proud of that. And then I went in, this is a completed model that I modified, and let me get 3D. I know it's not much, but I did extend out the holes on either end a little bit more because they were just a little too tight, and I got tired and kept drilling them out. But due to the E10 bed piece, I actually hollowed out that hole right in it. So this was my first real, well, this is the second STL file that I dropped in and then edited, and it printed just fine. That's actually what's on the printer right now, is this piece. The only thing I didn't account for very well is the hole on here. It didn't, on the CoreXY, it kind of made him a little bit thicker than what I was planning on, so it was a really tight fit for the arm, but it still worked. Yeah, this I actually completely designed myself, so it's not the first time, but it was a long time ago. but let me get it where it looks like normal. So yeah, this is actually right here. Okay, let me see if I can. Yeah, max main cam. I'm trying to move this thing over, not making y'all sick. So that's it right there. So yeah, just two separate switches. Man, this webcam. So I can do regular LEDs or UV light. So I can charge up some of the glow in the dark prints. Yeah, we'll take it off of that. There we go. So that was that one. And then this was the original for my E10 that I created, and then I just duplicated to make a secondary one. But yeah, I ended up having to drill this out, which is why I made the other design change. But yeah, that one, same basic principle. That I've actually got right here. And I just did some of that 3M double-sided tape and then put it on the back of the E10 case all the way in the back. And that's just crayon that I used a heat gun and melted it in so that, you know. Yeah, maybe I do need to design my own hammer. That'd be pretty nice. But, I mean, you already made the coolest one, so I can't touch it. These are the Delta side panels that I've been working on. I did a hockey puck for their game, or for their little air hockey table, and then they never used it. Uh-oh. Why did it delete you? What is... Stop spamming. Yeah. Seriously, Nightbot? Really? Really? Ugh. Okay. How do I... That's alright, don't worry about that one. Lightbot is new for me, and I don't think I've got it all. Alright, there we go. Excessive caps, there we go. Excess emotes. Okay, get that taken out of. Links are all enable. Excess symbols all allow. The only thing I wanted filtered was like a little bit of words. Okay, there we go. Vanilla ice print removal tool. That, yeah, that'd be nice. So yeah, I didn't get any further, like I said. So right now this is going to be like the front main panel with the air vent for the big fan under the front edge of the Delta here. And I think this is going to be... Okay, so I need to cut out on this one, but let me... I don't need that, I just need that. Okay. There we go. Alright, so on this one, let's see, what did we needed to do? Oh yeah, I needed a box. think here. All right, so printing. I need to lift up, so we'll put it over here, and that's. It's 45 millimeters to 90 millimeters. 45. Whoa. A little too much. Okay, there we go. So this we did. Okay. This needs to be like 150. Millimeters, and I need to do a ruler here, and that needs to be wow, that's weird. Okay. 45 millimeters in, 45 wide, and yeah, the offset didn't do it right. Okay. Two millimeters. So I group that. So that should allow my camera holder. But you just did a tiny bit of. Yes, very true, Scott, and I much appreciate that. All right, so that hole now should account. I know it's hard to see in the camera, but the camera piece, because of the curl under the extrusion frame, that should allow that panel to go through, and I may have to redesign part of that panel anyway, so that hole may not stay there anyway. So at least for now, I'm gonna ungroup that back just so I remember that it's there. Then I need to design some holes on the other one. You know what? I better show them since I have my template already. I'll design something for that as well. Let's see, what else do I have on my Christmas list that I need to get going? We better just go ahead and cool down the E10. Alright. I would kind of cut off with that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put some back in. I don't know if I'm gonna do that type of design, just because I may do more like a oval slot kind of thing that will help with the exhaust fan idea that I have, but I don't know for sure. So I may come up. I don't know what I'm gonna do quite yet. So that part, all I need is need the hole for the USB cable. So on this one, I'm gonna put the box. Put it right about there. Yeah. So I think that might be the only hole on that one. Oh no, that's right. I gotta do a off center, and I need to do 40. I got a little 40mm fan for the Raspberry Pi. Move all of that. There we go. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a different grill pattern that I can use, but then again, I kind of like how that pattern would kind of work. So that'll allow a little 40mm fan to cool off the Pi, like I was saying, and then because I'm thinking about this, you know, reversed. Put it, yeah. So that hole will be for where the network cable adapter, the Cat5 adapter, will protrude just a little bit. I'll put some square notches for it to like snap in, just like the wall plates, and then drop that in for. I'm actually thinking I may just keep the same shape because it'll go along with it and it won't look like all of a sudden it's crazy. It'll have like one unified design. So basically, kind of like the pre-hole that I had originally tested, but at least it'll have the finger hole guard, so I don't have to worry about stuff going in and messing the blades up too easy. The far side, this third panel, is going to be interesting to say the least, because that's the one that I'm gonna have. It's right by the power supply. I don't know what I want to do with it yet at all. Let's see. We gotta put the INC switch area and ruler. Gotta put a vent for the power supply itself. So about what? 17 inches. Millimeter side. So 15, 12 is about 3, so 30 millimeters. 12. 35 millimeters in till 95, 35 to 95. It's a big fan. Okay, so just for orientation, so that'll be, yeah. $35 in. And then that needs to be like 60. So I'll just make it even though that's not where it's gonna go. Okay. Yeah, I started thinking about it. Really, all I'm doing is just gutting all the pieces of the A8 and then stacking them because it was just working, so I know nothing's broke. I mean, I've already got the board out, MOSFETs out, the screen's off, and actually, I think what I'm gonna do is give the kids the nicer screen that's on the E10 and then reprogram the E10 to have the old A8 screen, just because I don't do anything by the screen. I do it all by Octoprint anyway, so even if it's not the greatest screen, I'm not really losing out, but they get the benefit of having the nice cool screen on their new printer, and it'll look all fancy smancy. So yeah. All right. Alright, so question for the commute here, for the last few people that are watching. So I need to design a hole for that. So what do you think would be the, I mean, should I even account for that, you know, the notched corners at the one end, or just straight make a rectangle, and since it's going to be covering everything anyway, you won't even see it, and just make it, you know, like a snug fit so it puts the pressure in it, and then just measure the offset for the two screw holes so I can put like a block or drop an M3 nut on the back side, or not, because like some of the PSU covers that I use, it's a snug fit to where when I push the INC in there, that's it. There's no screws holding it in because it's nice and snug anyway. I guess I'll just use a regular box at this point. Oh, there we go. So we need calipers. 2 thumbs up. All right. Cut your rectangle, then drill the holes after. No need to measure for the offset. Too easy to strip. True. I like that plan. All right, so that is 47 by 26.8. All right, so part of me is kind of thinking maybe I should put this RJ45 adapter. And since I'll have plenty of cable length to actually just move it over here, since I'm already cutting a big hole for the power. That way all the the plug-in, the two external plugs or external wiring will be on one side, and then this is just essentially on that whole side over here on this side of the printer. Here, let me turn this thing around. So you can see what I'm talking about without having to like stretch the imagination too much. There we go. All right, so if I do what I'm kind of thinking here, see if I can focus. That looks horrible. There we go. So that this panel here, so this can be like flat the whole way, and then just use the adapter to pull this network cable to the other whole side, so that both the mains power and the network adapter can be right there. And then I'll just have the little fan right about here, right in front of the Pi, so that blows in. But then otherwise, this whole wall panel right here is flat, just like the front one. The only thing is the vent holes, and then the one notch to go under the under that part of the camera mount, which I think I'm gonna redesign a little bit so that it'll fit better. It won't be such a crazy angle that I gotta cut out there. But then that way on the far side, so that way on the far side is, you know, got the, it can be a little bit thicker and have network. All right, so then if we're gonna do that, I definitely need to get a measurement of edge to PSU. Alright, so '87 is my max. Before I get like over the screw terminals of the power supply, but it is laying flat. So I've got vertical space, like, let's see, mains power. If I push that up a little bit higher like that, pull that in. All right, let's close that ruler. Go here. Okay, so that is going in 76. Okay, so I'm under the 85 anyway, so I won't get too close. So if I do that and then maybe put the network cable adapter underneath, that I can run below the wiring, around through the like channel opening where I've got nothing on the baseboard, and right into the Pi, and that'll keep those away from. Well, thanks, Scott. You know, the missus took the last bowl earlier, and all I got was a bite. I'll have to wait for her to buy me more. But yeah, go have ice cream, meanie. flip the camera mount over so it goes over the top would be cleaner, or add it to the side plate. True. I can do a lot with the camera. Let me see if I can find the link again to the different parts that it all comes with, because I mean I can pretty much move within any of them. Printer, STL, workshop. No. Nope. Okay, maybe I didn't put it in a workshop. Maybe I put it under Troxy. No, I did not. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so there we go. All right, I know that's for the action cam, but so yeah, they've got this long bar. They've got that wider mount, which, I mean, I've only got one extrusion width right now as is, so I mean that's kind of why I didn't bother with that one. You got those adapters. I think that was just showing some of the other files he's done. So yeah, that's that wider piece. I don't know why they put some in. There's the angle piece that I'm using now. And I already cut off the little cable crimp piece up at the top there. There's the short arms that you guys are seeing, both the white and the orange. That's a lockdown for a Pi camera to go with their adapter. They got a GoPro mount adapter. There, that's the one for like, I forgot how he put it on there. Pi cam. So it doesn't show it. I thought it would show it on there. Maybe I've got it printed out already. I think I did. All right. So yeah, this is the other weird piece that I was looking at. So it'll still, see, I've got, so I could mount it sideways with the way that the mounting hole is. I know that's probably hard to see, but it would at least mount with two. Or I can do this one, but it's, you know, it's kind of offset to where it's supposed to be. I don't even know how you're supposed to. He didn't have a picture, so I didn't really quite get the connection. But yeah, I could mount that. But then I might have to like find a new location, which I'm fine with. But here's just the square one that's supposed to go. So you could do it like vertical, I guess, like that. And then just use, even though it's only a 2020 and this is made more for like 2 rows of, or a 2040 more is what it's made for. So, I mean, I could do just 2 row, because 2 bolts is going to be plenty. Right now, I actually only have it holding with 1 bolt, and just because of the curve, though, it holds perfectly on there. But yeah, there's a couple of different options I can do. And then I guess on a side note, this was Evan's very first version 1 of his pickup that we printed out, and I had some bad warping on the A8 is what I printed off of, and it lifted horrible. I mean, I don't know if you can see that curl. I mean, it curled it on like just about every part. I mean, right now it's only like from here to here between the 2 wheels are the only part that's actually still flat. Everything else is like curled like crazy. Yeah, I mean, it lifted something bad on there. And then the top layers with this filament, I mean, they look, come on, focus. Yeah, they look horrible. And then we did his version 2, and I did it printing more like this, so it did get, you know, the Dodge out. Got the offset wheels, but then I didn't have it designed right, so like the whole bottom wheel like popped off, and then the support structure ripped off the whole bottom of the print, because we were just doing draft printing, so I wasn't doing like high quality. And then I printed Mason's truck, and I had it printed like this, so it did pretty good. The front supports all came off very, very cleanly. The top didn't lift at all, so it's all nice and smooth across there. But I got a filament jam, and when I mean, it didn't even like adhere the 2 layers. There was such a hollow separation of a jam. And that was a picture I shared via Twitter when I did it. But it missed the whole, like, I think it missed almost 2 full layers, and then it caught back up. But by then, I mean, he barely touched it, and it pulled it right off. But the adhesion even on those layers was horrible. I don't know if I like this version of the orange filament, because it really sucks at performing. But anyway, whole side bit. Alright, so I guess back to this print. Hopefully now, you print the part not knowing how it works. This was way back when my A-net was actually tuned in good. Before I did the Ultra Bass, before apparently I took it apart 1 too many times to test out new parts and everything, because this was before I got the X5 or the X5S, and way before I even had the Delta. I mean, literally, the A-net was the only printer I had at that point. No, excuse me, I had just bought the X5S, and I was trying to figure out how to mount to it, so I didn't mind wasting plastic per se to get these parts so I can physically touch it on the thing and go, oh, okay, that's how they're. Yeah, I know. I need to stop fixing what's not broken. And I wish I would have never taken apart the hot end. I really do, because if I wouldn't have done that, then I wouldn't be still fighting it even now. Which is kind of why I'm looking forward to the E2 upgrade kit to kind of take it back to factory per se, but I don't mind changing the control board and learning Chitu and all that jazz. If I do that, trust me, I'm not going to do any more tweaks. It's going to be that factory board in there, just a few tweaks to account for what I've already put on the frame, and then that's it. There's nothing else happening to it. But yeah, I didn't mind printing these out to test it. I'm more of a tactile learner. I can't, like, even this drawing space is, it's hard for me to figure it out. I'm gonna probably go through about, hopefully only 2 iterations at most. But I'm probably gonna print out each panel. Probably I'm looking at, I'm guesstimating about 3 or 4 times before I finally get it like what I want. But I'm thinking I like this layout where it's just got the one vent for the pie, nothing else on that side. Same with the front. Maybe I can even cut this hole out and just mount it different so I don't have to even have that on there. And then this, put the INC, and then I got to build up this structure so that the RJ45 jack piece actually fits in there. And actually, I think I've got it. I have it right here. I thought I had it right here. Apparently not. I'll have to find that. It's probably in my computer parts box. But yeah. So, see, we won't be here for the 15th because we're actually literally traveling. 22nd we'll still be out of town for Christmas. Coming back. We may do another stream on the 29th. I'm not sure right offhand. I guess it kind of depends how the after Christmas aftermath is with the kids. But definitely on the 5th, I'll do another one. So 29th optional. The 5th definitely. I'll throw some Twitter updates and stuff of what's going on. I'm still debating if I'm going to take the Delta with me out of town. I don't know. I mean, it's almost portable. Well, actually, right now it is portable. All I've got to do is get these panels on just to make it safer to travel. But otherwise, I mean, the whole frame is... Right now, I've only need 3 wires, just because I haven't moved over the wire for the Raspberry Pi yet to be on the internal adapter that I've already got in there. Once I do that, close up the 3 sides with the network adapter on the other, and then that's it. There'll be no other issues with it. Be ready for traveling around. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. We'll figure something out. I need an X2. Which one is that one? I forgot. Let me Google search that. Tron XY X2. Oh, one of these. Eek. GearBest. Flash sale. Oh, normally they're $245. Somehow I don't think that they're actually that much. They're just trying to get away with it. Ooh, cantilever design. That's pretty cool. It's got the pickup handle and everything. Very interesting, Scott. Very interesting. Power cord, grab and go. Yeah, but you guys do a lot more SD card printing than I do. I don't think I've done SD card printing since I got my printers. Why am I dropping? 36% lag frame. What is going on? CNX, if you're still here, would love to see what kind of options you changed on your upload to make it a little more clearer. Yeah, I don't know if you're still on there 40 minutes later after you last said something. Yeah, I really need to get that piece measured out. But then again, I also need to figure out what I'm going to do with this, because I mean, that'll be like the exit port from the PSU, and well, really everything. So I need to mount a fan in here to blow outward. So this one will be blowing into the case, and that one will blow out of the case to create that flow through. Figure out how to dial in. Yeah, I definitely need to get some of the bit rate down just a little bit more so it streams a little bit smoother. Oh, at some point, Scott, I want to try to send you the list of all the parts that I have lined up that are listed to go with the kids printer, just to make sure that if there's any tweaks to probably make the CoreXY work a little bit better, based off of what they're saying to get. Because if they're the right size as well, I may look at getting a few extra pieces to go on the Tronxy, so I'm not having to do like those printed bearing caps to be toothed, so that the belt like stays and it stops doing that waving over top of the smooth bearing. I wouldn't mind swapping it over to actual like toothed ones, but the locations seem to be working cool. But I wouldn't mind sending you the list just to kind of have you give a once over, just see if there's anything that maybe we need to tweak a little bit. But I think so far the kit is pretty rock solid. I mean, it's based off of Tech 2C's original Hypercube, but they just made sure that all the well, as many of the parts as they possibly can are made to handle the A8 parts. God, I can't even talk today. Oh, okay. I thought I remember you saying that, but it's just I noticed that on the left side here, when it comes back, you can see that top belt, like it does a wave on top of the bearing, and when it gets to that upper side, you can hear it clicking or the teeth rubbing just a little bit. Not enough that it looks like it's damaging, and I'm not seeing any like shavings or anything like that, but you can hear it like it's popping against something. And then when it goes the opposite direction, it'll drop the belt just a little bit, so it's more just a hair below center mass. I mean, just a hair below, so it's not touching anything, but it's quiet. So that's the only reason I was thinking of doing like tooth bearings, just so it keeps it aligned a little bit better, maybe make it a little bit quieter. Yeah, it's smart to update to real idler pulleys. I've just not done it. Like I said, don't fix what's not broke. Yeah. Well, I've been really hesitant because I've seen a lot of people that have been changing out the gantry parts, and then they go, oh, well, this doesn't work and this doesn't work. And right now, my only real issue with it is the extruder skipping every now and then. Other than that, I love this printer. Your mods of dropping the bed down were fantastic. Everything else on there, other than me moving the bed wires to not pull on the backside, so it's got the lead screw holding the weight, I haven't really complained about it. It's just the hot end and that I messed up, but I think I finally got it where it's trying to act right. But it's just a combination right now of extruding the plastic and the e-motor just like skipping steps every now and then. It's like the only real complaint. I don't know if it is affecting the print is the only thing. I think I just haven't got my steps. I don't think I've recalibrated them since we swapped out to the E3D. And I know with the better heat block, it's gonna throw off what's going on. But yeah, when I was printing that marble filament, actually let me go get it, and you can let me know what I might be needing to look at. Alright, so we found this and printed it, and I mean, yeah, I did kind of a little bit high on the layer line, so I know it's going to have them, because I was mainly just trying to speed print because I've never used the marble filament either. But for the most part, I mean, I love the look, even though you can see the layer lines, but I get a little bit of under extrusion. I don't think it's any Z banding. I think it's strictly, this is just layer height. Only thing that changed is the E steps is stepper motor or stepper driver. Mark A to E3D will not change E steps. Okay. Then maybe I just never calibrated it right. And this could be, you know, I don't know. So this is the first time I've ever done concentric on the bottom. Golly. But if you notice, man, I can't seem to get this without all the makeup falling out. Oops. Okay, let me see if I can get the mirror. Okay, so it was printing on the PEI with glass, but this is the bottom layer. It's got, it looks like a lot of under extrusion. I don't know if that is actually what I'm looking at. I mean, it's nice and shiny when you can actually see the reflection. But I don't know if it was just because of the what you call it, I don't know if that's under extrusion or if that's my X and Y steps not moving it in the correct pace is why it may be throwing it off a little bit. I don't know. I think I probably need to just do a full workup like we just did on the E10. Just start from scratch, reconfigure it all, and then get it right. Yeah, I'm thinking a little more under extrusion. It just has me worried that, you know, I mean, I was like almost at a 1.2 extrusion rate. Just check the steps. Okay. You know, it had me worried before that I was at like, you know, 1.2 for my extrusion multiplier, but yet like everywhere that I see, everybody's like, if you've got to go higher than 1, then your steps are wrong, because 1 should be a full out steps, and then that's it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I better just start from scratch now that I know that the glass plate is level. I mean, I haven't had an issue since then, so now that I know that that part's level, I might as well. Yes, dog, I understand. Just get mad at me. It's time to get off and take her outside. Yeah, I'll do the whole step workup again, do all that jazz. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I may need to just change the nozzle out, because I wonder if the one that, I think it was David, the one that he gave me, I wonder if the combination of him to me and what I've done so far, I wonder if it may be a little bit more than just 0.4. And I mean, I've got a whole bag of the nozzle, so I might as well change one out, right? I mean, it couldn't get any worse. But that might solve some of the issues of why is it off. I think I may just do a combination. Put a new, clean, brand new nozzle on it. Check the steps. Go from there. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, my brain hurts. I've been up too long today. .2, .4, 6, 8, and 1. Okay, well, should I kind of redo stuff for the Trunksy and not do a .4 nozzle and just do a 0.6 or a 0.8 and then just calibrate everything from there and just know that, hey, when I go on the Trunksy, it's going to be, you know, for some of the bigger stuff? Or just stick with a 0.4 on all of my printers and just do that? I mean, what do you think? Oh, thank you, Craig. You only use 0.4? Okay. Well, I mean, I love the way that Black Panther turned out, and I'm kind of, I'm waiting to get a large format that actually like prints just as good, so. I'm actually, you know, looking at the nozzle bag you sent me too. I don't know how you properly pronounce his name, but Chris, the guy that does the Neary's Today's 3D print, the other guy that, like, I don't know how he can deal with having 70 printers, I think was the last count he said. Because it seems like every month he's doing like 3 to 4 live builds a month at a minimum. Sometimes it's more than that. So I just, and he doesn't want to sell a single one of his printers. I just, man. The upcoming printer frames and larger, yeah, I know. Alright, so that's a 0.8. 0.2. So is it like 2 nozzles each, it looks like? Jeez, 1.0. That'd be burning through plastic, man. 0.4. Yeah, it looks like 2 each. Yeah, when I heard him say it on one of his live streams 2 months ago or so, he said he had like 58 printers and he uses them. Not like, well, he uses at least 30 of his printers. The others I think he's built and then just kind of sets off to the side, fully built, but he doesn't actually run them. But I think last count last week when he did his other live stream, I think he was saying he was at like 70 printers now. I mean, it's just unreal. Yeah, true. Kind of jazzed up. I might actually throw either a 0.6 or a 0.8 on the Trunksy, since I'm having to do those extrusions. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say he gets a lot of the test units, pre-production units, and then sometimes early release units. He does ton of live build review units, so he probably gets, I think he said he gets almost every single one of his printers for free for the review stuff. 0.6, 0.8 are also ideal for wood or carbon fiber. Okay, cool. Because I wanted to order some carbon fiber after the new year. I mean, not carbon fiber, some wood grain. I wanted to do some of those. Carbon fiber, I don't really have anything. I mean, it'd be cool as like a sample pack, but I don't know. But like wood, I could definitely think of some stuff to do wood in, definitely. Alright, well, the dog is really getting mad at me. It's really time for me to take her out. So I guess with that, thanks for hanging out. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share with friends. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys, bouncing ideas. The kids like it. My son's actually wanting to try to do his own set of videos off the channel, possibly his own channel itself. Once he gets his printer up and he wants to show off all the stuff that he does, so we'll definitely be looking forward to all that come the new year, having fun doing all this jazz. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and again, after Christmas, then we'll pick it back up probably on the 28th, but at least on the 5th, definitely after the new year is a definite one, and we'll go from there. So I guess have fun, be safe, all that jazz, you know. I don't know. Hey, I enjoy it. So, but again, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Like, share, subscribe. I got all my social media stuff over here in the corner flickering through. So, y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining.